There's a comment by Manchin Kapoor. He says that time for Kohli to go back to number 3 and Jaiswal to open with Sharma. But in this case, who can be dropped? I think it's a very good comment. So first of all, let's now start talking about Virat Kohli. I'll just quickly share a couple of stats with you. I'll just read them out. Virat Kohli's last 5 T20 international innings, he has scored a duck today. Before that, it was 4, 1, 0 and 29. If you see the last 4 scores, it's 0, 4, 1 and 0. So Manchin Kapoor, yes, that can be done, and also for a simple fact that I also read out a stat I think 2 discussions back when I told that Virat Kohli is scoring runs at different positions. I'll tell you that again. Virat Kohli T20 World Cups, that is, single digit scores at number 3 position just once in 24 innings, and at other batting positions 4 times in 4 innings. So it clearly shows that yes, even I wanted Virat Kohli to open with Rohit Sharma, but it isn't working. That's a fact that it isn't working. And probably number 3 suits Virat Kohli the most.
No. On these pitches,
Stats say that.
On these pitches, I agree. Number 3 probably would have suited him more. But if you look at what was the pitch playing like, opening the innings, I think I have not seen anybody who opened the innings, doing a great job. Yesterday, Rizwan did score some runs, scored a 50, but to an extent, you have to say that he also, took his time on this wicket, did not play those rash shots, did not play those high scoring shots that you look at. So I agree that Virat Kohli, 3 innings, did not score much runs. You can look at it and you might be worried that, what is gonna happen now, because he's your best bet. He's your best batter in this side.
That's true.
And then when it is compounded with Rohit Sharma also not scoring enough runs for you, you are worried. Because if your opening pair is not scoring runs, you're going to struggle 99 times out of 100. Okay, but here the situation was also about the pitch. The pitch really wasn't tailor-made for batting. I think the pitches we'll get even in Florida, if that game happens at all in the first place. But in West Indies at least, we should get better pitches, and I think those pitches will suit Virat Kohli and even Rohit Sharma to an extent. But Virat Kohli, yes, I think the kind of mindset he has, he is always up for a fight. I am telling you, more than us talking about it, more than the world, he himself might be feeling the fact that he hasn't scored enough runs in these 3 games. And considering what his record is in T20 World Cup, such an amazing record the guy has got.
Absolutely.
I think he's gonna go back and say, boss, I'm gonna put up a show in West Indies. You have to hope that at least in the Super 8s, when we get there, those are the most crucial games, right, for you to qualify for the knockouts. I think that's where we want Virat Kohli at his best.
Couple of things here.
Yeah.
Early signs from West Indies, yes, the pitches are a lot better, as we saw in that game against for Australia, where they actually chased down 75 with ease, and that was in Antigua, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So yes, pitches would be better there. But coming back to Virat Kohli, since he was coming into this tournament on back of a very successful IPL where he was the highest run getter, I think a lot was riding on him. Yes, first of all, I mean, that's completely personal, but then he should have flown here with the team. He should have played that practice game as well. He just came to New York a day before the practice game, jet lagged. He didn't play that game and suddenly started playing the tournament. Yes, first game we understood that that was the first time he faced a couple of balls on that cricket. Against Pakistan, we can again say he was unlucky. But today, fishing outside off stump on the very first delivery, Netrawalkar is bowling exceedingly well, right? So you could have seen off a couple of deliveries. You could have stayed there. Why would you go and play that expansive covered
I think it has to do with how much talk there's been about strike rates also. A lot of people have been pointing...
But in a chase of under 110, why would you care about strike rates? When you don't need to improve your net run rate as well, and you need a lot of runs under your belt going into Super 8s, I think Virat could have just stayed out there.
Or probably he just thought, no, but with Virat Kohli, he thought he might have hit that for a boundary.
That's what he thought, but that didn't happen.
It did not happen, but this is the time you have to look at how players back themselves to play those shots.
But and you'll find, coming off for him now, instead of swinging balls.
For simple example, you look at even Rohit Sharma for that matter. Twice he has tried to, sort of flick that plate on the leg side. Twice he has got a leading edge and gotten out in the same manner. I think considering what these two guys bring to the table, yes, their form is slightly still worrying for that matter, but I don't want to read too much into it because of the kind of pitch they have been playing on. These pitches have not been good for batting. You might get lucky once here or twice there. So I really don't want to read too much into their performances on these pitches. But yes, they do need some runs. Come another venue, maybe Florida, maybe West Indies, they got to show that, yes, boss, we are the two openers and we are going to set the tone for the rest of the team. Because that has been missing. Every time Rishabh Pant has sort of bailed India out. Rishabh Pant has played that, important, those 30-40 run knocks which have helped us, sort of storm that brace past the storm.
Absolutely. But my point is, I'm not going to mince my words here.
Yeah, don't. You shouldn't.
And as everyone knows that I don't like to be politically correct always. So,
Pakistan
there's this... They are not politically correct.
Okay.
So, two guys. Virat Kohli coming into the tournament on back of very good IPL. Shivam Dube coming into the IPL in smashing form in the IPL. People are not talking up. You just said that you're not going to read too much into Virat Kohli. Yes, he's a very big player and he is the best. He is the biggest match winner India has ever produced. I'll say that. But then on current form, why are people then only bashing Shivam Dube for not scoring on a same wicket and justifying Virat Kohli's failure on the New York wicket, saying that he is the biggest match winner and it's not good for batting, and it's not good for batting for Shivam Dube as well.
How many matches has Shivam Dube won for India?
Exactly, I'm saying. I'm talking about current form and absolutely what's happening in this World Cup.
Current form, okay, there's a bias towards current form, yes. But even when Virat Kohli wasn't scoring that many runs in those 3 years, he was still part of the side, right?
Yeah, but have we won anything?
We haven't won anything for the longest time.
Being the best batter or being a player with trophies, what would you choose? You told me the other day that
in India, you probably would say that they would look at being the best batter.
Okay,
more often than not.
I said
more often than not, but you have to say the trophies matter far more.
The
trophies matter far more than anything else in the world.
Exactly, then that's the point.
No, that's the point. But you can't
justify Virat Kohli's failures by saying that he's the best batter in the world. Yes, he is the best batter in the world, but if you take IPL's example as well,
I'm not taking IPL's example.
I'm saying
I'm actually not even thinking about the IPL. I'm thinking about what the guy has done for India over the years.
He has.
And a lot of people might say we haven't won trophies with him. But boss, we have won 2 trophies with him before also. Yes, last 10 years nothing has come of it. Last 10 years there are other players also who are equally big in this country.
Then why is Shivam Dube being bashed? My point is
because Shivam Dube was supposed to be this new guy in the side for which Rinku Singh was left out. You have to understand the dynamics.
Yashasvi Jaiswal is being left out because of Jaiswal. Say that.
No, I think you can't say Yashasvi Jaiswal is being left out based on in terms of pedigree. Also, you wanted Virat to open because Virat has never opened before for India, even consistently. They thought that he's a better choice because what he did in the IPL, I agree, and what he has been doing in the IPL for over the years.
That position suits him because that then allows you the luxury of playing
another batter or an all-rounder for that matter, which actually works in India's favor. If you look at having options in your side
for the rest of the tournament, and he should open because that is the kind of side we have at the moment. My point is that we should also give Shivam Dube some time. Yes, once we'll go to West Indies, his batting will also come good. That's the only point I want to make. I'm not saying that Virat Kohli shouldn't play or Virat Kohli.
His batting came good today also for that matter. Exactly. A lot of people might say, I was also one of those who said that now they're going to be finger pointing, right? After you have not done well, you will point fingers at people who are relatively new to the set because they are easy scapegoats for that matter. That's the word, if you want to call it that, because you have to look at how others are performing. People will not question Virat Kohli so much, Rohit Sharma so much because of what they have done over the years, because they have been part of this side for decades now. But Shivam Dube, relatively unknown in the international arena, coming into the side based on his amazing IPL form, even though his IPL form towards the end also sort of dissipated to an extent. You have to look at what happened with Shivam Dube. A lot of bashing has happened also because Rinku Singh, missed out on a berth in this side because of Shivam Dube. And when that happens, everybody who likes Rinku Singh more, including us, we're going to point a finger at Shivam Dube and say, what have you done? But to be fair to him, today he played a reasonable knock. Today he played the situation just like Surya Kumar Yadav, and I thought that deserves credit. That deserves
Exactly.
credit. We might criticize them a lot over the past few days. We have been talking about how they have faltered even in that 3 of 9. Today also, by the way, Shivam Dube was 3 of 9 in this innings also. Last time he got out for 3 of 9, but today at least he sort of went about his innings,
Right.
made it work, and got the result that India wanted so badly.
Exactly. So those are the kind of pitches we are playing on. So just moving on, let's now talk a little about Rohit Sharma. I'm going to throw in a quick stat here, which
Rohit Sharma, before you find that, you found that stat.
I
Please
already
go
have
ahead.
that.
Please
So
go ahead.
Rohit in last 7 T20 World Cup innings, that is, he has scored 3, 13, 52 not out. That was against Thailand, where he was also dropped in the slips on 0. But that's okay, 52 not out. 27, 15, 2, 15. That is in T20 World Cups. Now, Siddhant, the big question is Rohit Sharma's form costing India the World Cups?
That's a big question. See, he's the captain of the side. Let me be
Let
honest.
it be, let it be.
Let me be honest. That's what I'm saying. I'm also not going to give a diplomatic answer right now because I have believed this beforehand that Rohit Sharma is not a great T20 batter anymore. Not even in IPL, not even in World Cup, not even for India in bilateral series. He gets into the side based on his past, based on what everybody expects
The
him to
name,
do. The
Hitman.
name Hitman that works for him, right? A lot of Rohit Sharma fans might see this video and bash us also for that matter. But the truth of the matter is, Rohit Sharma, if you look at his recent form, apart from that 100 and that 68 odd runs that he scored in the final innings in the IPL, he did not do a lot. Okay, in the entire season,
Averaging around 12
even in
apart
the
from those
even in
innings.
the T20 World Cup before that, if you see, he has played 9 T20 World Cups. When you were talking about 7 T20 World Cup, I thought you were going to say World Cups overall, because I genuinely don't remember many innings of that are noteworthy in the back of my head that Rohit Sharma played in T20 World Cup over the years. The only innings which I remember is that 30 runs of 16 balls that he hit against Pakistan
He scored 52
in
not out against Scotland.
in the 2007 T20 World Cup. I think that is the only innings of note in T20s that I remember from Rohit in Indian colours. He might have hit centuries in bilateral cricket. Yes, he has done that. 5 centuries he has got. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those special situations and those special matches. That's the last great knock that Rohit played for me, which, sort of had a big impact on the game. Right now, what we are seeing with Rohit is the struggle.
Absolutely.
I think maybe people don't want to say it. Maybe people are gonna be shy. They'll stop short of saying it. But Rohit Sharma doesn't deserve a place in this T20 side.
Saying this for long.
he might lift the cup and he might get the perfect send off that way. But I think his days are numbered in the shortest format, especially in Indian colours. You might not agree with me because you can have your own point of view, he can have his own point of view, but Rohit, we expect a lot out of him. You are the captain, you have to lead from the front, and most of the times what we see from Rohit these days are those inklings. He might get a start, but then he doesn't convert them into big scores. And even apart from those starts, there are so many innings where this guy, gets out early and puts pressure on everybody else. Rohit Sharma has been a great servant for Indian cricket, has been a great player. We have seen some tremendous knocks from him, but his form, I am not that worried about Virat Kohli, frankly. I'll be honest. Like, if I have to pick between these two, I'd definitely pick Virat Kohli, because Virat Kohli has that pedigree of doing well in big game. Like, prime example is that game against Pakistan in that last T20 World Cup. For Rohit Sharma, I have to think a long, long way back. In ODI World Cup, he did amazingly well. Okay, but
Talking about T20s.
but no, I'm talking about ODI World Cups. Those games, again, knockouts. Who was your star player? That was Virat Kohli in the semi-final against New Zealand. That was Virat Kohli, that 50 he scored in the final. So Kohli has that backing from my side at least, where I think that he, can do well, is probably deserving of that place in the side. With Rohit, I'm not sure what we'll get from him on a given day. Like, will you back Rohit to, sort of go out and get you those big runs nowadays?
I will obviously back him since he's the captain and he is anyway playing the tournament. So I actually want him to score big so that at least we can win a trophy under Rohit Sharma and break that ICC jinx. But had he not been in the side and had the T20 World Cup side not been
if he was not the captain, if he did not have
I was
history
just
behind
about
him.
to say that.
Yeah.
Had he not been the captain, had Jai Shah not announced that soon after the ODI World Cup that they will be going ahead with Rohit Sharma as India's T20 skipper in the T20 World Cup, I think the other captain, whoever it may be, wouldn't have picked him. Had I been the captain, I would have been reluctant. Yes, that would have come along with a lot of bashing by the fans, but then that would have been the correct call. I'll give you an example. When MS Dhoni did the same, when he wanted the selectors to drop those three players who were the senior players because he thought that their fielding was not up to the mark, they were not up to the standards which the game had evolved into. He was bashed. Even I was one of those who said that how could you do that? But then he justified that with 2 World Cups, right? So I think if the other captain who would have dropped Rohit Sharma had won the World Cup, it would have been justified.
Yeah, it would have been justified. See, the fans wars will continue. There will be Viratians versus Rohitians. Probably both of those set of fans will be after us if they watch these videos. But let's face it, we expect Rohit Sharma to do a lot. I hope I get to eat my own words. We will support him till the end. I hope, because he's the captain of the side, we have to back him. But yes, his personal batting form is a worry for me because I haven't seen a lot of great innings in the last 1 year for that matter. Every now and then he might produce something magical, but that doesn't cut it when you need those big runs in those big matches when it actually does matter the most. We might we might talk about Surya, we might talk about others also. At the end of the day, you want to win the World Cup. And if Rohit delivers that as captain, ये सब भूल जाएंगे बॉस हम ऐसे के वैसे बैटिंग फॉर्म nothing we care about. Only thing we want is for India to win the World Cup. That is what we are hoping for. Yeah. But yes, his form will be a defining factor. A lot of people will point finger at if we don't win the World Cup. And if Rohit is, in one of those knockout matches, is Rohit one of the reason where India doesn't get a great start or India struggles, a lot of finger pointing will happen where people will question his place in the side.